For the past 5 years, Neville Charlton has been spearheading his Give Back initiative, Youths Inspiring Positive Change, popularly known as the Positive Organization.
The Positive Organization is an NGO, non-profit organization in which we empower young persons to be positive agents of change. Our main focus is volunteerism. So we use volunteerism as a catalyst for positive change. What to do? We engage youths both locally and internationally to advocate for issues. So you have issues like gender equality, and just on a day-to-day basis, if you have a community, if you're a part of a youth group, you can make a difference in that youth group, you can make a difference in your community. It's all about going out there, because at the end of the day, my motto is change starts with you. So from once you believe that you can make a positive difference, whether in your community, at the national level, even if it's just as simple as, say for example, one day in your community, there are a lot of youth groups in the community, citizens associations, just be a part of it. Go out there and make a difference. So the organization started in 2012, and the main aim was to just get in volunteerism. Was fresh out of high school, I wanted to do more. I believe that I could have done more to assist other persons out there. So a friend of mine, Maya Swearing, who decided, let's just volunteer with organization. The first organization that I volunteered with was Jane Foundation. At the time they had a program called Action Volunteer. So I took the initiative, signed up, and I said, listen, I have more people that want to come on board, want to volunteer, want to give up our time. How can we do it? So I started creating that network, and when I go on projects, it's not just going about on projects, it's about making an impact. Right? Because there's more to it than just going and just volunteering, but the impact that you make on those person's life, and when you volunteer at the end of the day, then back you are giving back, trust me, it's the feeling, I can't even explain it.
Since inception, the organization has experienced much growth when it comes to volunteers.
Originally when it started out, it was just a word of mouth. So I would see John Brown on the road, John Brown, would you like to just come on projects and volunteer with us? And he was like, sure, why not? And then he come on a project and he actually loves it. So he tell Kimberly, would you like to come on board? Kimberly tell Mr. Brown, so it spread. It started spreading, and then throughout the years, we realized that we're getting so much persons on board that we had to create a system in which we can organize it now. So what we did, we created a web page and we created a form that everybody that volunteer with us, that we have a database as in the exact projects that they will go on, and also advocacy, because everybody can be a volunteer, but every volunteer cannot be an advocate, right? So we started to look at it more structured, as in how can we have a greater impact on the lives that we are touching. So now actually have a web page. We get volunteers to do a call, social media. Don't, trust me, the power of social media, crazy. I would say I'm a serial volunteer. I've been volunteering from the age of 8. I love it. Growing up in high school, I was a part of Circle K, and then I was a part of Pathfinder, which is a youth group at my Seventh-day Adventist church. And then at the end of the day, when I chose the ranks, I started doing more volunteerism because I have a genuine passion for making people smile. Yes, I love, like literally, I just love people. I love seeing when you go in that community, to go to that old age home, you go to a school, and to just see the smile on their faces. And it's not just about going, as I always mention, it's about making an impact, right? Because there's more to volunteerism than just going and making and just volunteering, as I made mention. So that genuine love from the age of 8, and with my aunt behind me constantly supporting me and my support system, right? Because it's good to have a group of persons that believe in your vision, believe in your passion. And I Neville Charlton believe that me along with my team and the other organizations out there, especially with persons like even in the Tivoli Gardens Youth Club, we can make a difference. We do a lot of volunteerism and also do a lot of advocacy. So apart from old age home, I think I've volunteered in every area: education, sports, special needs, community development. One of my major projects, I remember I was a part, I helped to develop the Respect Jamaica campaign, which was a campaign that used to advocate for rights, gender equality, stigma, discrimination and stuff like that. So we empower youth to be advocates in their community. at the end of the day, change starts with you. So if we can get that mission, that change starts with them. We used to go in communities, we do empowerment sessions. And the thing is, it's not about me. The positive organization is not one single individual. It's a community. It's a group. Because I believe that it doesn't make sense as a youth leader that you are going to be all about yourself. Opportunity not create opportunity for other persons. So one of my major that we went on was United Nations, the other Youth, Peace and Security Conference that was held in Panama, in which basically persons from the Caribbean and Latin America came together and they were talking about issues that's affecting us as a region. When I just started out, I started thinking critically. So one of the challenges for me originally was funding. How could we get money to carry out our projects? That's one of the problems that a lot of youth organizations face. We started just volunteering with organizations. Volunteered with Digicel Foundation, we volunteered with Jane Foundation, we volunteered with Council of Volunteer Social Services, we volunteered with Junior Achievement. Every company that wanted volunteers, that wanted young persons to get involved, we just say, listen, the organization is available, use us. We want to be a beacon of change. And over a period of time, it's all about networking. The companies realize that, listen, this is a youth group that is focused and know what they want and is making a difference. And then after a certain period of time, even our members, from time to time, our members provide funding as well. So they take money out of their own pockets to come on projects. And then one of the other initiatives that I'm a part of from 2008 is basically volunteering in track and field. Right? So track and field in Jamaica, we basically get young persons from all across Jamaica, I would call it. Majority of them are actually in Kingston and St. Andrew and Spanish Town. And they volunteered at major events such as Champs, Jamaica Invitational, Primary Champs, Prep Champs, and in that they are taught, how to be disciplined, how to be sharp, how to be focused, and how to operate as a team. And stuff like that, the JCHA, which is each year Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association, they get official accreditation from this company. And trust me, it make a big difference that some of these young persons actually be beside a Usain Bolt, or be beside a Shelly Fraser, actually on the field. A lot of them never actually get that experience, so they step in a national stadium field before. So it gives them a feeling that, as young people, they are able to step beside, they are able to walk beside these persons. And even at other projects, we ensure that we introduce, if you are the CEO, you are on the same level as any of our volunteers, any of our ambassadors.
Coming up on Caring Hands.
One group that the Positive organization works closely with is the Tivoli Gardens Police Youth Club.
A friend of mine invited me in 2015 to come and give empowerment, a motivational talk. And when I was here, one of the issues that the youth in Tivoli had was that a lot of persons actually come into the community and they come and they never see them. And I said to myself, it's true, a lot of times persons actually go into a group and just do it for the facade, or just do it because they want to get something out of it. They don't really believe in it. And I said to myself, I can make a difference.
My name is Shakara Dockery. I'm the president of the Tivoli Gardens Police Youth Club, and we are outside the Tivoli Gardens Community Center. The relationship that we have with the Positive organization, I was introduced to Neville by a friend, and from that introduction we started working together, where they came in and assisted the youth club on some positive, outgoing. Most of the children, they're not used to going outside of Tivoli Gardens, and even their parents, some of them never been past Crossroads. So one of the things that we try to do is take them outside of the community. They have been helping a lot, because on occasions, on our meeting nights, because we meet on Thursdays at 6 in the center, they would bring different, on each night they will bring someone different, like someone to talk to them about motivation, someone to talk to them about how to prepare resumes for jobs and stuff like that, and then we take them outside of the community.
From 2012, I've been working with the PYC. Our team decided that, you know what, let's take them out of the environment, because some of these young persons, as the president might have told you, they have never been maybe past Crossroad. So we wrote to the office of the Prime Minister and we said, listen, we have some young persons, we're carrying them to the office of the Prime Minister, we need you to facilitate us. We wrote to the office of the Governor General, we wanted to give them a tour, and we wrote to the Bank of Jamaica Money Museum to get a tour as well. Jamaica House, office of the Prime Minister, they were really receptive in our request. The Governor General at the time was not there, but the National Coordinator for the Governor General Program for Excellence, Major Ifian White, he made himself available, and they got a tour of King's House, and they were given a quick and brief introduction of exactly what is it that they do. When they went to the office of the Prime Minister, there what we did, we gave them certificate of participation for the work that they did while within that month, and then gave them lunch, took them lunch, and then took them to the Bank of Jamaica Money Museum, where they got an history of exactly where money from. I don't know about anybody else, but me love money. So I'm always interested and intrigued to see money. So I took them there, and then that's it. And then from then I'm like, how can I make an impact? How can we continue this partnership? How can we help to uplift these young persons?
Initially, I was just a regular member, where I became the assistant secretary, then secretary, and now president. I wanted to give it up because it became a burden in terms of, you know, when you keep engaging the parents to let them know that it's something positive, you know, it's something good for their children or child. When they hear the police, they don't want to have anything to do with the police, because, you know, the relationship this community has with the police, so they tend not to want their children to be a part of it. Like I said, when I was introduced to Neville by Akeem, it was at that point where I decided that yes, this is it, I'm done. But after meeting Neville and his interest in wanting to work with us and the stuff that he told us that he could do to help us, he kind of motivated me. At that time I wasn't the president, I was just the secretary. So at that time we started up back, and then a couple months after we had an election, and that's when I was voted president. So Neville called me up and asked me how would a book drive help the kids in the community. I tell him it would help them a great deal, because there's a section of the community known as Rasta City that's behind us. A lot of the children over there, their parents are not employed, and I'm sure that a lot of them has not been prepared for school opening next week. So I told him yes, and we contacted a few persons who has been assisting us very greatly, and so we're good where the boat drive is concerned. It wasn't really hard to get people to come on board, because all the persons that I contacted or spoken to, they had given us something. The principal of the Tivoli Gardens High School, he donated some textbooks, and I know a few persons at the Kingston and St. Andrew Youth Council. They also donated some stationeries and books and stuff like those. And I'm not sure of the persons that Neville had contacted, but he got support from those people too.
You can see where there's growth, the stigma, they are more confident, because originally when I tell persons, listen, we're going into Tivoli PYC. I tell you about my first time walking here, I was afraid, but it's very receptive. Despite the stigma, what can I call it? The stigma and all of that that's attached, there's good coming from inner cities. So you have to give them a chance, right? You have to let them shine, show because it's endless possibilities. So from one to empower them, and we are seeing a lot coming out, right? At the end of the day, we might not reach everyone, but we can reach some. And the minority, or whoever we reach, that's making an impact. And we need more persons like that to say, listen, I need you, I need you, I need you. So even if out of 10 we get 3, that's a big stepping stone.
I believe that youth clubs play an integral role in our children's lives in terms of how they think towards becoming adults, because it has something to do with growing up. Because I can tell you, I was a very shy person. Shy, you would not get me doing something like this. I was really shy. They had a pageant called the Miss Air for Police Youth Club, and being a part of that pageant, it taught me how to go out to speak publicly and not be shy, and it taught me how to speak, even though I already trained myself to do that, but it brought out some things in me that I didn't know that I had. So I know being a part of a youth club, because then again, from time to time there are persons like motivational speakers, persons who have been through a lot, not even a point of what some of us have been through, who can come and talk to them and let them know, like, if you're going through something, believe me, there's somebody out there who has been through worse. So you don't have to give up. You can always get up, brush yourself off, and move on.
It no matter where you come from, just hold your head up. You can be number one. Youths, just live up. Success, I know fi hungry for me. Remember, I fi every somebody. Me have a right and you have a right too. You have a right to be blessed, a right to happiness. Anything you do can be major success.
Coming up on Caring Hands.
I never Charlton, this is youth here. I believe I can make a difference, right? And the difference that I make is infectious.
The book drive that was hosted by the Positive organization in Tivoli Gardens was aimed at improving educational opportunities for the youth.
If you realize, a lot of persons, for me personally, when I say a lot of persons cannot actually afford, to provide the necessary educational tools. And in order to bridge, to put a gap and violence, you have to engage them in educational activities. So we wanted to end the violence through education. So as I say, if you give a carpenter the tools to carry out his job, then him get the best job. If you give students the tools, the educational materials, and empower them to actually excel in school, then they will excel. So one of my ambassadors was like, listen, we do work with Tivoli, let's do a book drive. And from then, I told Shakira about it. It has taken off the ground. I wrote to a lot of persons. Jane Marketing gave us a few books. Grace Kennedy Foundation, Carolyn Mafushi gave us a few items. And then our ambassadors, which are like the agents of change. You have persons giving as much as $3,000, $4,000. We have collected over 150 books, over 600 pens and pencils. And then other organizations are coming on board. And with the participation from the youth club members themselves. So the Tivoli Youth Club members, the president, organizations, corporate organizations as well coming on board, and our own ambassadors. And when I talk about my ambassadors, they are aged 13 to about 24, 25, because they mostly work with youth. We have maybe 2 persons that are in the 30s and the late 20s, and they are actually giving us money because they believe in the passion, they believe in our mission that we can make a change, we can make a difference. And at the end of the day, change starts with you. Change starts with me. So if I want to see something happen, then I have to go out there and make it happen.
So what does it take for an organization such as this one to be successful?
It's actually, I always tell persons this. You have to be passionate about it. A lot of persons do it for the fame and do it for the hype. Don't do it. If you're going to do it for the persons that you are making an impact on, right? If you're going to go there and you want to make a difference, you want to make a huge change, you have to be determined and you have to be focused on what you want. And as an organization, there's a lot of youth groups out there need to start now to network and think critically. It's not about going to a children's home. It's about what impact you are going to make when you go to that home? How are you going to make a difference? So as I'm saying, for all youth leaders, for all ambassadors, for all volunteers, just love what you're doing, and as I always say, change starts with you. If you believe in it, then you can achieve it. So we all have our grand vision, we all have our grand goals. We have to basically be focused and you have to believe in it. Don't do it for the fame, don't do it for the hype, but do it for the impact. I do it for the smiles. I do it just knowing that I can make a difference. My team and I, and every other Jamaican that's making a difference, we are making an impact.
The biggest change that I hope to see, and I know it will happen, is parents not being afraid to allow their children to become members of the police youth club, because it has positive outcomes. Because I can tell you, when I was a part of the youth club during my teenage years, I was given scholarships, I was taken to some places that I never thought I would have been, because I know my parents wouldn't have allowed me to go there on my own. So that's one of the biggest changes I hope to see. Now, for the children that are part of my youth club, I want them to know that there is life outside of Tivoli Gardens. There's life after high school, because most of them think that when they graduate from high school, that's it. Most of them feel like there's nowhere to go outside of Tivoli. Being here is just being here. So I want that. I want those things to change. I just want to take this moment to tell Neville, or to say to Neville and his group, a huge thank you. There's not enough word in the dictionary to tell you how much we appreciate the assistance that you have been giving to us. And we hope and we know that you will continue to support us in whatever it is that we are doing. And I know the relationship will only grow stronger. Thank you.
I Neville Charlton, this youth here, I believe I can make a difference, right? And the difference that I make is infectious, because I think that I can impact other person's life to make an impact. And there are so much youth groups out there that's making a difference. There's a lot of other youth-led organizations that's making a difference. And the thing is, because these young people, they believe in what they are advocating for, they believe in what they are volunteering for, then change is going to happen. A lot of time persons would be like, at the end of the day, yo, them not come out to nothing, this and that, and then especially with like the Tivoli PYC, there's a lot of stigma attached to the youth living in Tivoli. We want to bridge that gap. We want to make a difference. And I always tell people, change starts with you. Change doesn't start with the people that are around you, but change starts with you. And from once you believe that you can be that change, then trust me, and from once you have that self-belief in yourself, anything is possible.